Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully my microphone is loud enough.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, Doc, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for logging in, and thank you for your patience. I think it's about 4 minutes past 4. You're welcome to the University of Ghana Business School, and I would like to say congratulations to all of you. I'm assuming everybody online right now has you've paid your fees and you are a student officially. You are officially a student. And so congratulations, you made it. Clap for yourselves. Well done, well done. A lot of people applied. It was a tight one, but you made it. So well done. Good job. So this afternoon, the mission is very simple. We just want to take you through the tips and just a little bit information about what goes on within the University of Ghana generally, and then within the University of Ghana Business School, so that when you come in, at least you can find your way around, especially for those who didn't do their first degree in the University of Ghana. This is your opportunity to get to know our organizational culture and the various processes that students will have to go through until you are done with your program. So I would really, really crave your indulgence that you pay attention. If your technology is disturbing you, I hope by this time you are sorting it out so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm really hoping that this meeting will be brief. And then if you have any questions at the end of the day, you get to ask those questions. And I'm sure there are people online who will help us through anything that you are not clear about. So let me not waste time. I just want to quickly call on the headmaster of the business school. Yeah, the dean of the business school, Professor Justice Bawoli, to give us the welcome message for this afternoon's orientation program. So yes, let's welcome the dean of the business school, Professor Justice Bawoli. Thank you.
You don't know that he's saying anything. Yeah, good afternoon. I think the dean welcomed you yesterday. So for those of you who, the assistant registrar welcomed you yesterday. For those of you who were not here, who didn't join yesterday, you are welcome. But I'm here to speak. My name is Manuel Pokusakore, the administrator of the University of Ghana Business School. And I'm here to speak to you on the general things that the University of Ghana Business School does, and also to talk to you about the university generally. Yeah, the university is made up of 4 colleges, namely College of Humanities, College of Health Sciences, College of Basic and Applied Sciences, College of Education. And the University of Ghana Business School is a constituent institution of the College of Humanities. We have 6 departments, namely Department of Finance, Department of Marketing and Entrepreneurship, Department of Organization and Human Resource Management, Department of Operations and Management Information Systems, Department of Public Administration and Health Services, and Department of Accounting. The nice edifice you see on the screen, let's move to the next. The nice edifice you see on the screen is the graduate building of the University of Ghana Business School. It was built to satisfy your needs, and it has in there things that are necessary for your program. In fact, you were supposed to have the face-to-face teaching in this building, but as it is, COVID-19 is not allowing us to do that. Largely, your interaction will be online, but a few of the interactions will be face-to-face, depending on the situation. And I think examination to decide on whether it should be online or part of it will be online, part will be face-to-face. The building is open to you, so you can come and access it if you want to make references at the library. If you want to use the ICT laboratory, you can come and use it. You only have to observe all the protocols that you have to observe. When you come to the building, you'll be asked to put down your name, they'll take your temperature, you wash your hand, you have to be in a mask, and all the other things that are needed. You already know them, I don't have to mention them. And we are sure that at the end of the day, we'll use both online and in-person interaction to give you the best that we can. So now, details of what is in the building. On the ground floor, we have the ICT lounge. And as I said, you can come there and use the computers and but you need to first register and then you'll be shown where to sit and all that. We have two eateries on the ground floor. We have the Eastern and the Western eateries. We also have a baby room on the ground floor. And the number of the room is 0W3. We specially made the room so nursing mothers who would want to come for lectures will be able to come, and then they will have to come with their nannies and leave the nannies in the baby room, which is normally managed by somebody. And then in between your lectures, you can come and breastfeed and go, making things easier for you. That is if we are going to have in-person interaction. There is also the faculty lounge where lecturers relax in between their teaching periods. And we also have the EMBA office on the first floor. We have the faculty offices, and they are on the first floor, second floor, and the third floors. We also have the graduate office on the second floor. Then we have the international relations office, also on the second floor. I will speak to you about what they do. Very important office in the scheme of things. We have library on the second, third, and fourth floors. And then we have the one-year program office, where you mostly be catered for on the third floor. The number is 3W9. We have classrooms on both the east and west wings and on each floor. And they are accompanied by washrooms all over. We have the PhD lounge on the fourth floor, a business center on the fourth floor to cater for your needs. And then we have the ACCA room because we have a collaboration with the ACCA, and we have given them an office there. We have staircases on both wings, so you can use those staircases or two lifts that can carry 10 persons each at a time. We also have a generating plant that is on standby in case of electricity outage. Then, most importantly, we have a Wi-Fi facility for you, and so you can move in from anywhere so long as you're a student and come and access our Wi-Fi, even for lectures, online lectures. There is a facility officer who is in charge of all these, and you can always contact her if you need help. Her name is Miss Edna Ameyao. Now for the administrative staff, those who will be taking care of you. They are in charge of academics, logistics, students' records, correspondence, and all operational matters. They are there to solve all your problems. We know your problems are many, but they will do their best to understand you and solve your problems. Yeah, in the office, we have Abna Pokuo Triankra, Mrs. Patrick Jamnateya, and then Jeffy Makusato. There are others we've put in charge of various programs, and we don't have them listed here, but I can mention their names so you know. And some of them you have already been interacting with even before this day. For MA organizational leadership and governance, we have Patrick Jamana, whose name has been mentioned already, and his telephone number is 05026701199. And then Jeff Tiato, 05955082270. For international MSc International Business and MSc Hospitality and Tourism Management, Mrs. Nana Yasowa is in charge, and the telephone number is 0593-930-434. MSc Clinical Leadership and Management, Janice Oforuweji is handling it. All inquiries can be sent to her, apart from the departmental secretary, and her number is 0242-738310. We also have the MSc Financial Risk Management. Is being handled by Efumwa, whose telephone number is 0243-102712. And last but not the least, we have the MSc Accounting and Finance, which will be handled by Foster Kujo, 0242-014-794. In fact, they are there to solve your problem as first-hand people who would handle every problem that you have. In fact, you can also talk to your departmental secretaries and other program managers, but you can start from these people. You are not necessarily, you shouldn't necessarily call the assistant registrar, the school administrator, or the dean. These people are there. Not until they fail to solve your problems, please don't contact the dean or the school administrator. Yes, now for some housekeeping rules. Those of you who want to come around to come and use our Wi-Fi facility and our libraries, we expect you to ensure that you don't eat in the classrooms, in the ICT lounge, and in the library. And we don't allow partying in the classrooms as well. We also don't expect you to litter the classrooms, the ICT lounge, the library, and the surroundings. As postgraduates, we expect you to have the flair for cleanliness. And some people sometimes place their feet on the walls when they are relaxed. I think it's not acceptable. And we know that we use WCs here. Sometimes some people put other materials in, and that will clog the WC. Please refrain from that and make sure that you leave the place as nice as you met the place. If any of you want to use any facility of ours, it's a procedure. You can apply through the facility officer to the school administrator. Yeah, communication is very key, especially in this situation where we are not meeting you face to face. Most of the contacts will be online. So we expect you to be up and doing. You have to visit the University of Ghana website regularly so you know what is going on around you. Then again, the University of Ghana Business School website is there. The address has been put there, so you can always go there and then see what is going on. We'll put some announcements there, and we expect you to access the announcements. And then you also have to use the UGMIS web to be able to print your admission letter. Your ID number will be on your letter. Your PIN and your password will be shown on your admission letter, and you can access the web through these PIN numbers and the passwords. I'm sure the ICT group took you through how to navigate. And then you have to confirm your student email addresses from your admission letter. Yes, because we will not be meeting you in person, it's important that you take every communication seriously. We expect you to have class reps, and among you elect one person amongst you to be your class rep, and we will send information through your reps to you. And mostly we want you to form WhatsApp groups so that communication will be easy. Occasionally, your coordinators and your lecturers will also contact you through your reps. The school administrator has an official email address, and that's what is there: sadminugbs@ug.edu.gh. There's also an office email address, and it's ugbssandwich@ug.edu.gh. We have office phones, and these are the ones we've put there. You can copy them. Yeah, regarding fees, all fees are quoted in cedis, except for international students, and the fees for local students is 8,410. Just to make sure you know what you are paying. You might have already paid some, but know that this is the amount you are supposed to pay per semester. And then and then you pay 3,700 as international students, $3,700 for international students. You pay the fees at Ghana Commercial Bank only, and you indicate your program. In fact, we have issued some instruction to you on how to pay your fees. So please go strictly by it so you don't pay it anyway. And then normally or ordinarily, we expect every student to pay fees before the semester starts. But because of COVID-19 and its problems, we've given some flexibility for you to pay, and we expect you to pay about 50% before the semester begins. If you have special problems, you can contact the dean, the school administrator, and then every issue will be looked at in its merit. And note that you cannot, in fact, you cannot write exams. You need to at least pay your fees before exam starts in full. We can give some concessions now, but by the time exam starts, you should have paid your fees in full. And you are entitled to check, you're expected to check your account regularly to be sure that everything is okay with your account, so that you can come and tell us that you didn't know this, you didn't know that. Once you check your balance on your student account and there's a problem, you can contact the UGBS accountant. And you have to be checking to make sure that you have you need to ensure that you always have your pay-in slip or all documents relating to your fees, so that anytime you are called upon, you can tender it as evidence. Yeah, we have those of you, most of you write long essay and all that, but then the fees for it is what is quoted. You can go to the program office, and then they will give you details of the long essay extension fee. They will give you details of how to register for failed course and what you should pay and all that. If you need to do some receipts, they will show you the procedure. So please be in touch with your program office each time you have any problem. And then I promise I'll talk to you about the international study tours. UGBS organizes international study tours every year. Unfortunately, for the past year, we couldn't because of COVID. We are hoping that COVID will relax and give us the chance to organize it this year. Normally, we organize it in January and July. Yes, January and July. Normally, January is the students go to the US, and July to China. And a few of the international business students also go to Denmark, I think in May or so. Yes, but details will be communicated later. The main objective is to expose you to international issues, so that you network with people in other areas, other geographical areas and other cultures. You study what others are doing in other cultures and other geographical areas, so that you have a broader outlook of things. You have a broader horizon, and you understand world issues, and be a global graduate by the time you complete. Yes, so and it's all there to enhance your skills, so you will be a perfect business person by the time you complete. Yeah. So for details, you can contact the office, and the email address is what you have here: irubugbs@ug.edu.gh. And then there's a lady there in charge of the place. Name is Yvonne Banye, and her email address is ybarnieh@ug.edu.gh. Telephone number is 02049684669. The estimated cost for the last time we went was $6,000. Yes, but you can plus or minus, there will be about 500 Ghana cedis or 1,000 Ghana cedis difference. And the coordinator for that program is Dr. Gordon Abekankruma. Yeah, and occasionally we experience some theft cases. We'll be able to control that to some extent, but we are advising you not to leave your valuables in your cars when you park your cars at the car parks. You are responsible for your own items in your car. You cannot hold UGBS responsible for stolen items from your car. And we also advise you that when you are not having lectures, let's say if your lecture demands that you come for an in-person interaction, when lectures are over, please make sure all your laptops, your phones are in your bag, so no one can take them. And we want you to adhere to instructions given by our security personnel. They are there to help you. They know how they can manage the place so you park and you not face problems. So please respect them even as they also respect you. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Yeah. Honorable MC Dr. Patience Abo will take you through the rest of the program.
Thank you so much, S. That was very comprehensive. I'm sure everything there is to know about the business school is clear now. I'm trying to find out if the vice dean is around. Please give me a second. Let me just confirm. Hello.
Yes.
So sorry about that. My mic has been muted and I was unable to unmute myself. Sorry about that. I think we'll just go ahead and call on Professor James Abugre. He is the chairman for the Committee for Sandwich Programs. He will come and talk to us about academic expectations. I mean, we are all here for one purpose. You are here to study. And as much as you have rights as a student, you also have responsibilities. So Professor James Abugre will come and take us through what is expected of every student from this period onwards. Professor James Abugre, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Patience Abo. And once again, a good evening to all of you. This is just quite a simple thing that we all know what we are expected to do when we sign up onto something. But I'm going to use the analogy of God's creation of the world so that you understand better. You see, when God created the world, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian or a traditional worshiper, there were certain expectations. God expected us to do something on earth. We also expected him to do something for us. And so he created the world. But for our expectations, that is we, the human beings and God, to meet so that we all live happily and harmoniously, God gave us certain policies. And a lot of people, religious people, will say commandments. And for that matter, we cannot go beyond those things. And then he also provides us with what we want to do. So that is what I'm going to say. Now, as a student, you have signed up onto what we call a course, a program in the university. The university is an institution, and the university is guided by law. The university is a legitimate institution that is also can be sued and can sue people too. So what are expectations, both from the university side and also from students who come in as our customers or clients? We expect a behavior expectation. That is behavior expectations. And these behavior expectations are borne by what the universities will put as rules and policies that are taught. And so in many cases, the first time that you come into the campus, or I mean, you go into a lecture hall, most of the lecturers will present a course outline and go through the course outline with you and tell you that this is what we are going to do for the semester. So it becomes a contract between you, the students, and then the lecturer who represents the university. This is to encourage a positive behavior. It is to encourage a positive behavior. Remember, I said God gave the commandments. He gave us because he wanted us to have a positive behavior, not negative behaviors. And I'm happy that it is a postgraduate program. All of you have attended universities and you know how universities are. Universities are just like park, game reserves. You can get up, nobody wakes you up, you can do whatever you want to do. Nobody forces you to come for a lecture, but you have to pay your fees anyway. If you want to get a certificate, it all depends on you. As I said, it's a freedom enclave. It is a free place, but you are responsible for everything at the end of it all. So sometimes when we come here and sometimes we take it that maybe people are not watching, the university is watching. The university is just like Africa, brother. What do they always call it? The eye, brother Africa, or is it big brother Africa? Watching all of us. It will not say anything just like God, but at the end of it all, when you are now going to graduate, then you are running from one place to a place that, oh, my grade is not up and so on. That is where the university will come out and say, I don't care, suffer it. So I will take this chance to let you understand that, look, the expectations, you have paid a lot of money, that is investment. Make sure these investments are actually, they are redeemed in the best way that you can get. And it's a simple place, especially in the University of Ghana Business School, because you can't get any university anywhere in Africa as beautiful, with the caliber of people, with, human behavior as good as that apart from this university. We are ready to help you if you are ready to help yourself. So what do we expect from you? Respect yourself, respect your teacher, that is the lecturer, and respect your colleagues. So what you want others to do unto you, do same to them. But apart from that, if you want negative things, don't do negative things because they don't want negative things. So the university is a nice place. If you want to enjoy it, respect yourself. Just as God said, we should respect ourselves, and He will also respect us. 2, be prepared for lectures at all times. Even though we don't force you to come for lectures, but I bet you, my brothers and sisters, I mean, roll calls are taken. Some lecturers will be taking roll call. And it is a university policy that if you don't attend lectures, you suffer it. And so some lecturers will use it, certainly. Because we want you to have a good name. At the end of it all, what do we expect? Just like God expects us to be good ambassadors on earth to Him, this University of Ghana Business School expects you to be good ambassadors to her. So that when you go out and you are working or any place you find yourself, once you open your mouth to say something or to do an analysis at work or at home, people will say, did you finish University of Ghana Business School? Because that is the only place that they can train you as you are doing. We don't want people to say, but where did you go to? No. So just like my colleague, Dr. Bo, started by saying that we had a lot of people to admit, but you are lucky, you are the lucky ones that have gotten into the net. So respect that and behave. At the end of it all, your families, your children, your husband, your wives, your aunties, your co-workers, your community, expect that you come out with a very good certificate that will benefit them. And you can only come out with a very good certificate if you follow these policies. And that's what I said, behavior expectations. So keep a positive learning environment, because the courses that you see them, they are quite polemic. You may go into a lecture and then maybe a lecturer is maybe joking, but at the end of it all, they don't joke. Just like God, you can be killing a human being, but He will not tell you anything. Stop. No, you do it, but the judgment day will come. So if you want, keep a positive behavior and make sure that you keep a positive learning environment. Once you start, it goes on. A caveat here, this is a packed program. Will I say you are lucky, or will I say, yeah, that's we are doing online. So you can be lying on your bed. Don't do that anyway, but I'm saying you can be at home comfortable and attending. Unlike we used to converge in the classroom, you see that there's no time at all. Don't say, oh, the course is stressful. You sign onto it. No gain, no pain, no gain. Whether it's stressful or not, this is not the first time these courses, the sandwich courses, are run. We've been running these sandwich courses for 5 years now. And people have graduated. So you can also graduate if you follow the same thing. Do your best at all times, and your family and the school will be proud of you, and your lecturers will be proud of you. Consult your lecturers if you think that you have a problem. You do not wait until when you are now in a problem, then you come to the lecturer and say, oh, I should have told you about this. Some will not agree because you are a mature student. That's graduate students are very matured, analytical students. So this is what we expect from you. In management, we always say the best motivation is to give people freedom. That is, we say autonomy, so that they can think and analyze situation. By so they have become what we call responsible beings, managers. However, one disadvantage about that, or will I say disadvantage, the consequence about that is that you are accountable to whatever you do. So just as I said, we are giving you this freedom here. You can decide to come to class, you can decide not to come, they give you assignment and you take, that's your problem. But you are responsible for your actions at the end of it all. And once you begin to be running around up and down, begging people, nobody will come to your aid. So I think it is a good environment. You have chosen the right and worthy cause to come to this place. We are very happy and we want to celebrate you here. We'll give you the best learning opportunities that you can ever get in this global, in this globe, that is the world. Because wherever you go to internationally, this university has high caliber of people, and we are going to give you the best that you can get. It all depends on you. We, the lecturers, and we, the institution that is University of Ghana Business School, and for that matter, University of Ghana, we will do our best at all times and make sure that we meet our responsibilities. We expect you to do same. Ask, you shall be given. Knock, our doors are always open to you. Seek the knowledge and you will find. I wish you the best of luck and we'll meet in class. Dr. Abo, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor James Abugri. I think you've said it all. Like I said initially, rights definitely come with responsibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, I see a lot of hands lifted in the chat box. It looks like people want to ask questions, but we have a time specially like allotted for this. There will be a time where you can ask all your questions and there will be coordinators online to answer from the various departments. So please hold on with your questions for now. And I think we have the last speaker coming up, and then after that, you can ask all the questions. So I see your hands, but kindly be patient for now. Let's invite the Vice Dean of the School of Graduate Studies to come and take us through the regulations of the graduate studies, the School of Graduate Studies. We don't work in isolation as a business school. We work within the larger university community, and you need to know how these links are established. So kindly hold on and let's invite the Vice Dean, Professor Robert Darkose, to take us through the regulations guiding the School of Graduate Studies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abo. So, is it afternoon or evening? Good evening.
Good
Fellow
evening. Good evening,
students of the University of Ghana Business School. My task is very simple this evening. I will just highlight a few things that relate to the regulations governing graduate studies, and I will essentially give you pointers as to where to find more information. Please, this is not a substitute for the need to read and keep a copy of the regulations, okay? So to take you through, I will share my slides so that they guide the issues that I want to speak to. So let's just see. Okay. So I presume we can all see the slides. Well, I will take the silence to mean a yes, and so I will proceed until I hear otherwise, okay? So once again, thank you and for the opportunity. I will assume that some of you may not know the University of Ghana too well. Even if you do, And even if you had your undergraduate studies at the University of Ghana, some of you would never have actually bothered to find out where the School of Graduate Studies is. So it is this building, which is adjacent to the School of Nursing. And so from the main campus where the University of Ghana Business School is, the graduate school is literally about 150 meters or so. Okay, going towards the registry. Okay, so just by way of introduction, I will share with you where you can find key materials relating to the regulations governing graduate studies, following which I will briefly speak to registration issues, but I believe that the business school will do a better job at speaking to the registration issues. And then I will also talk about the program structure and the requirements for graduation with respect to master's programs at the University of Ghana. I will also speak on the interruptions to studies and also when you are not able to complete your program within the specified period and there is the need for extensions, and indeed, if there is the need for readmissions, what you need to do. And then I will finish my presentation by speaking to issues relating to plagiarism and how serious the University of Ghana takes it, and what we are doing to try and then prevent and ensure that it is actually minimized to levels that is acceptable, not just here at the University of Ghana, but internationally. Now, for the School of Graduate Studies, there are essentially 6 areas of responsibilities. And that, of course, includes the admissions process. And so, since most of you are here, if you haven't as yet received a letter from the School of Graduate Studies, you will be. But once you fill in the forms for admissions, we have a first cut at the information that you provide to ensure that you meet the requirements for admissions to a master's program at the University of Ghana. Of course, we are also responsible for orientation and ensuring that you know what the regulations are, so that you actually ensure you keep within the regulations as pertaining to graduate studies, sorry. And then also the School of Graduate Studies is responsible for the approval of all graduate programs, which also then means that periodically we have to engage with the academic units, such as the University of Ghana Business School, to ensure that the programs are updated to reflect the needs of the potential employers in terms of the products from the University of Ghana, but also in terms of meeting the requirements of actually contributing to building not just a better Ghana, but a better world. Your supervisors and examiners of your thesis and dissertation, for those who will be taking dissertations, is approved by the School of Graduate Studies. And here, in essence, what we try to do is to ensure that there is an even spread in terms of supervisors and students, and also there is an appropriate match between the students and supervisors. Now, for those who will be doing thesis and dissertations, it is submitted to the School of Graduate Studies for examination. And so we have to process it and ensure that it is appropriately examined to a level that is internationally acceptable, and which ensures that once you leave here and you say you are a product of the University of Ghana, everybody believes that you've actually done a good job. Ultimately, and depending on what the graduation requirements are, before you are actually put up for graduation, we have to ensure that you've actually met all the requirements for graduating from whatever program that you are actually undertaking. And so we have to determine the results, and I would explain to you the different components that is required of you in order to actually graduate with a master's program. And once the results are determined, they will be published. And based on that, you can then confidently tell everybody that you have been here some. Okay. So everything I'm going to be telling you this afternoon over the next 20 or so minutes is actually in the manual or the regulations that govern graduate studies at the University of Ghana. And also for all programs, there is also a handbook that captures all the programs that are undertaken at the University of Ghana in terms of, and this is specific to graduate programs, okay? Now, both the regulations and the regulations, we have the master's degree version, and then we have one also for PhD studies. And both of these and also the handbook for programs are available online at the School of Graduate Studies website. And I have given the website sgs.ug.edu.gh. Or alternatively, you can go to the main university website, and in one of the menus, there's a drop-down menu where you can actually find the School of Graduate Studies. But of course, once you also register at the University of Ghana and you are given emails, your lecturers will be sending you messages at different times. And so it is expected that you check your emails regularly to ensure that you do not miss important information or messages that will be sent to you. I know that these days, everybody is very comfortable with the WhatsApp and the Telegrams of today, which, and I saw in the chat menu, some of you were asking about where to join certain platforms. That is great, but it's not every lecturer that will be sending information to you via the platforms. And so just make sure that you check your emails regularly and ensure that whatever information the lecturers want to share with you, you are actually up to date on those. Now, this is the main page of the School of Graduate Studies website. If you go into the main page and under handbooks, you'd find different documents that are relevant for your studies. But in particular, I would want to highlight the master's regulations, which is of relevance to you currently. Okay, so you'll find it in the handbooks under the handbooks tab. But also in the quick links, you can also find very important and useful information And for instance, the UG plagiarism policy is here. And so again, it's not a very big book, it's fairly small, sorry. And so you can actually read it in one evening when you are feeling tired and you want something to put you to sleep, okay? But also the use of the software that checks for the plagiarism is the Turnitin. And so there is a user guideline, and we have also that on the website for your use. So just go on to the website for the School of Graduate Studies, and please just go and then play around there for a lot of information. You'll also find a lot of training that we organize, particularly for those doing thesis, for supervision, both for academic staff, but also, and in particular, for graduate students. And so some of these videos are there for your use. Now, the key thing I want to speak to with respect to registration relates to, first, the need for you to register each semester. You need to register each semester. There is a period within which you have to do the registration. But importantly, the registration has to be done each semester. Okay? And so don't skip that, and then later on you take exams if you are able to, and then you expect your lecturers to be able to key in your results. It doesn't happen that way. And so make sure you register so that your records will be updated. And once you finish the program, and we are actually doing the determination with respect to whether you've met the requirements for graduation, it is easier for us to do. Note, you are not going to be the only students here. It's quite a number of students who graduate in a particular year. And so if you haven't done your bits, note that during that period when everybody is so stressed, we wouldn't go around looking for your information, okay? And sometimes whenever we can, we try to resolve the issues, but sometimes it results in a delay in your graduation, and which is absolutely no fault of ours, okay? So please ensure that you do your registration each semester. Note, in registration by proxy is not allowed. So you cannot ask somebody to do the registration on your behalf. In fact, you should not. But also remember that you cannot register for more than one program at the same time. And you know, some of these things, when we say it now, it's sometimes feels like we are just disturbing you with regulations. No, we pick on some of these things to speak to because they are problems that recur. And every time, once it gets, somebody gets caught in or caught by these regulations, then they realize that there really is a problem with respect to not adhering to these regulations. So please note, you cannot register for more than one program at the same time. Indeed, what I've done is to cut the relevant portion of the handbook and then shown it here just so that you appreciate that this is not being made up. Okay, and if you permit me, I'll read quickly. What section 3.9.7 says is that no student shall be permitted to register by proxy. the registration of those involved, both agent and beneficiary, shall be nullified. This means that they cannot pursue studies for that academic year, but also the university reserves the right to prosecute agents who are not students of the University of Ghana. Okay, so again, the problem with some of these things is that once you get caught by the law, then you begin to appreciate the law. So please don't get caught. In fact, don't do it. Okay, so let me speak quickly on the program structure. For the sandwich programs, normally it's organized during the long vacation, May, June, between May and then August. That is when the main or regular programs break. Given the challenges we've had with the pandemic last year and the fact that the academic calendar was had to be rescheduled, this year the sandwich program is going to be between April and then June. Okay, but hopefully we are able to catch up and then reverse to the previous or what is the normal times. The sandwich program in terms of the academic year is no different in terms of the number of semesters that make up the academic year. So you still have 2 semesters making up an academic year. And for all courses, you have a minimum of 1 academic year. Okay, so a minimum of 2 semesters will be done by everybody. However, what it means for the sandwich program is that, so we are currently in 2021. And so if you take your first semester this year, April 2021 to June 2021, then next semester will be, let's say the calendar remains as is this year, then the next semester will be April 2022 to June 2022, essentially. Okay, so it may seem as if it is 2 years, but it is in effect just 2 semesters and therefore 1 academic year. For each semester, we have 8 weeks in total, 6 weeks of teaching, 1 week of revision, and then 1 week of examination. This is not to suggest in any way, the regular programs have more weeks of teaching. It's not to suggest in any way that the sandwich program is inferior. No, it just means that it is more compressed. And so the contact hours will still be essentially the same. What it also then means for you is that you have to do a lot of work with respect to this program. So while the contact hours is going to be the same, it's going to be done within a compressed number of weeks, okay? And so in total, 8 weeks, you should be done for 1 semester, and then you wait for the following semester when you do the other 8 weeks as well. Now, for all programs at the University of Ghana, well, for most programs, probably not the PhD, it has 3 components, and all the 3 components you'll be assessed on. And therefore, all 3 components, you need to meet the requirements for each one of them. So there is a coursework component. There are seminars. Usually for 1-year programs, you just have 1 seminar. And then you'd have either a dissertation, a long essay, or special topics. Okay, I'll explain in a minute the difference in the 3. So if you take, for instance, the dissertation option, the dissertations usually are much longer pieces of work, and require that they are examined externally. And so it carries more weight. It has 12 credits in total. Okay, so if you look at the long essay has 6 credits, and the non-dissertation, non-long essay option where you do special topics per semester also has a total of 6 credits. So you'd note that the dissertation option has slightly more weight with respect to the dissertation, and therefore the total credit requirement is a bit more for the dissertation option than it is for the long essay or the non-dissertation, non-long essay options. Now for coursework, you will be doing for the dissertation option, the coursework component has a minimum of 12 credits and a maximum of 18 credits. Okay, so for most programs, they are designed in such a way that you actually can take the minimum of 12 credits. But let me say that check with your program and be sure about the credit requirements, because in some programs, we do allow them to go beyond the minimum credit requirements per semester. Okay, so for the long essay, because of the fact that the credit requirements for the long essay component is much lower, the coursework component seems to be heavy in terms of the minimum requirements. And so you do 3 credits more per semester when you are doing either the long essay option or the non-dissertation, non-long essay option, which is essentially the special topics. Okay, so in total, the credit requirements for the dissertation options is 39 to 51. That for the long essay or special topics options is between 39 and then 45. So you note that the minimum credit requirements is the same, but the maximum is much higher for the dissertation option relative to the long essay or the special topics options. Coursework will be examined in all cases. For coursework, you typically have core courses that are like compulsory courses, which you need to take, and then you have electives. For core courses, we require that you pass. So even if you've taken extra courses and you've taken extra electives, and you fail in one core course and you still are getting 42 credits, you still will not have met the requirement for graduation because the core courses have to be passed. Okay, so take note. So it is not just about doing more courses. The core courses are the critical courses required for a particular program. And it is assumed that if you haven't passed those core courses, you are still not competent enough to be given a degree in that program. For the dissertation option, like I said, it's examined through the School of Graduate Studies, and so it requires 1 internal examiner and 1 external examiner. And when we say external examiner, it means that the examiner who examines the work externally is not a faculty member of the University of Ghana or has not been a faculty member of the University of Ghana over the last 5 years. So even if I have stopped working at the University of Ghana until after 5 years, I am unable to examine as an external examiner for the University of Ghana. For long essays and special topics, you only require internal examiners to examine them. Okay, so quickly on Graduate Studies Committee, each academic unit and therefore the University of Ghana Business School also has a graduate studies committee for each department, okay? And essentially what it does is to advise students on courses of selection. Like I said, you have core courses and electives. And so for core courses, you're not going to ask whether you should do it or not. Core courses you'd have to do, okay? But with respect to the electives, you can actually get advice from the Graduate Studies Committee on which electives are there and what they actually entail so that you make appropriate choices. It also advises students on the research topics, what they want to work on, and whether what they want to work on is feasible within the period within which they are supposed to be actually working on these research topics. It recommends and does the matching of supervisors for students. Again, like I said, to ensure that there is an even spread, but also the match is efficient in the sense that you get supervisors who are knowledgeable in the area that you want to research in, and can appropriately guide you in terms of your research work. But also what it does is to submit progress reports on students each semester to the School of Graduate Studies, but of course through the head of the department. Typically for supervisory committees, it's usually a 1 to 2 member supervisory committee for the MA, generally for the master's students. Okay, for PhD, it's about usually 2 to 4, but typically it is about 3. But for the master's students, it's usually 1 to 2 members for each student. Now, during the period, so some of you will be taking programs that will be 1 year programs, 1 academic year. Some will be 2 academic years. And depending on which program you are taking, if for any reason you cannot or you need to actually break the program, you should seek permission from the School of Graduate Studies. And you do that by writing to the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies through your head of departments. Ideally, you must actually apply for the break or deferment 4 weeks in advance so that the processes that we have to go through to ensure that your application is properly reviewed and then responded to, is not unduly delayed. Okay, so typically you apply 4 weeks in advance. But of course, we also do understand that sometimes on health grounds, it's not possible because you do not anticipate emergencies. And so we also will consider such cases, but hopefully there wouldn't be any health basis for deferment for this cohort. Now, so if you take, say, the 1 year program or a 2 year program, or 2 years is equivalent to 4 semesters program, and then you come to the end of the 4 semesters and you haven't actually completed for one reason or the other. And of course, at the end of 4 years, if you've not completed, maybe it's because you've not finished your long essay or your dissertation. So you can actually apply to the School of Graduate Studies for an extension. And usually for dissertation programs, you are entitled to 1 semester extension. So again, in terms of the procedure, you actually apply in good time through the head of department to the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies for consideration. If after the 1 semester extension you haven't completed and you require more time, you can actually apply for readmission. Now, the readmission essentially is giving the students an opportunity to complete the program. And so what it does is to provide a waiver for you in terms of the courses that you've actually taken. The maximum period for the readmission is, again, even for whether it's a 1-year master's program or 2-year master's program, which is dissertation based, the maximum period for the readmission is 1 semester. So note again that what it means is that if you are doing a 4-semester MBA program, for instance, it means that the maximum period that you've got to spend on that program is 6 semesters. 4 semesters for the normal time of completion, and then 1 semester for extension, and then 1 semester for readmission. Note, recently, the university agreed based on several requests and discussions with students, agreed to provide an amnesty for people who over the last 10 or so years had not been able to complete for various reasons. Note that this amnesty is not something that is done. In fact, I think it's not done often at all. Okay, so please don't think that it is the norm. Okay. So usually for the readmission cases, it also applies to those who have done dissertations and have been actually failed. Okay, so if you've been failed in a dissertation, again, you can apply for readmission and you'll be given an opportunity to do your dissertations again. Note that there shall be only one opportunity to apply for readmission. And this one, I probably should have put it in quotes because I'm literally quoting from the handbook, and it says shall. Okay, so it is not something which the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies has discretion on in terms of whether to grant it or not. So unfortunately, if you write to the Dean and you've already taken your readmission opportunity, you cannot be granted another opportunity for readmission. Now, the last issue that I promised to speak on is plagiarism. Now, we all know that plagiarism is a serious thing to do. In academia, it's essentially if you like, stealing somebody's work without appropriately recognizing the work that people have done. Of course, it is also true for your work. So if you have done work, you don't want somebody to take that work and then portray that work as theirs, okay? And so it is academic dishonesty, and in the field, in academia, this plagiarism business is really seen as serious business. So, of course, in academic writing, it doesn't mean that you've got to come up with every idea that you put down. The issue is that if you've done proper literature review and you appropriately reference the works that you've actually consulted, then you don't fall into this challenge of plagiarism. And what the handbook or the policy says is that you've got to avoid it, not just in your dissertations. Okay, so you'd probably think, oh, it's the thesis and dissertations that go for external examination. And therefore, if I'm just doing a long essay or I'm doing a course assignment, it's okay to plagiarize. No, it is certainly a no-no for the University of Ghana. And so, again, like I pointed out to you from the beginning, there is a plagiarism policy that you need to familiarize yourself with so that you do not fall into this trap. There is the Turnitin software which we use to check for plagiarism, and indeed for dissertations that go outside, your work will not be accepted if you've not run the plagiarism check, and if it does not meet the requirements that is set out by the University of Ghana. So all dissertations and theses must be accompanied by a plagiarism report. In terms of the similarity indices, the following is what the policy document refers to. In the first place, the overall similarity index should not exceed 20%. So if you run your Turnitin, if you run your thesis or long essay through the Turnitin and it comes up with 21.2 or 22, note that you've exceeded the 20%, and therefore your work needs to be redone. Okay, you've got to relook at your work so that you essentially try and reduce the similarity index. Also, in terms of single source, so it's not just about looking at the overall similarity index. So even if you have an overall similarity index of say 18%, but you've been essentially picking from one document or one research paper, and the single source similarity index exceeds 2%, that means that you've relied too much on just one document. And so again, that is not acceptable. But also note that if you have an unbroken string of words in a sentence and the words exceed 10, in other words, the unbroken string of words in your thesis, which is similar to some other work, and it's actually more than 10, it is also considered as plagiarism. And so again, that will not be accepted. Note that these are only guides. What the University of Ghana policy does is essentially guides, and it's essentially telling you that you cannot, or you've got to learn to write in a way that does not bring in other people's work too much without necessarily or duly acknowledging the authors of this research. Okay. So you are encouraged to read the plagiarism policy, but even more important, you are encouraged to learn how to appropriately acknowledge other people's works, but also write properly as students or as people who have finished a degree at a university that is very quickly moving towards becoming a world-class university. So thank you very much. I hope I wasn't just talking to myself. Hello.
Hello. Hello. No, sir, you weren't talking to yourself, except that everybody is kind of muted. So unless the host unmutes us, you will not hear anybody. But I think your presentation was quite clear. The sound was good. Everybody seemed to have heard everything you said. So thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much. I'm sure nobody will get mixed up during your stay with us in the business school and within the university community. The processes have been made very, very bare, and I'm sure we all appreciate what it takes to finally get out of this school. Thanks once again, Professor. Thank you so much. So we are now at the time where all the hands that were lifted, when you are called, you can actually ask your question. The Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Bawele, is also with us now. And the various coordinators for the courses you applied for, they are also online. All the coordinators are online, and the Dean of the Business School, like I said, is also online. So all your questions, I'm sure you are in safe hands. People are ready to address your concerns and answer your questions. Some of you do not have names on your IDs, so I wouldn't know what name to call you by. There are some of you, it's just a phone, some number, and the type of phone you are using. So I'm sorry if I'm not able to call you. But Equia Sam, go ahead and ask your question. Equia Sam. And when you are done asking your question, please lower your hand. You don't need to keep your hands raised throughout the program. You can lower your hand. So Equia Sam, please go ahead.
Thank you for a wonderful presentation. Please, for the CLAM course, could we have a specific timing on the course? I know that it starts on April 26th, but for how long will we have the lectures? And then when does it actually end and what dates? Just to help with coordinating with work. I'd appreciate that.
Right. So there are specific dates actually on your timetable. There are the dates are written specifically. So you will be starting on 26th. Some people will start on 26th. I think CLAM, like all the other programs, will be on 26th. And the course will run for 6 weeks. So 6 weeks after 26th, that's when you end, somewhere in the middle of, I think, May. Yes. But the specific dates are indicated on the timetable, please.
And when will we get the timetable?
The timetable will be sent to you after today, I think immediately after.
Okay.
Abena, when are they getting the timetable?
Hopefully by close of this week. Some departments have already gotten their timetables.
Okay, okay. Okay, so Equia, you'll be getting your timetable by close of this week.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Kwesi Jr. Kwesi Jr., you can go ahead and unmute yourself if you can.
Okay, thank you very much. I think my question has been answered already. I wanted to know the actual duration
It's for 6 weeks.
So for financial risk management, 6 weeks, okay.
6 weeks.
Okay, so I think my question has been answered already. And with the timetable, with regards to the timetable also, is it going to be sent via WhatsApp or mail, or is it going to be dropped on our WhatsApp pages? Because some of us are not even on the page, the WhatsApp group page. So is it going to be sent via mail or other means?
Abena, are the timetables emailed to them, or you are sending them to WhatsApp pages?
We'll send them via mail.
Emails, okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Just so that we don't waste time, if your question has been answered, you don't need to repeat it, please. So the rest of you, if you know your question has already been addressed, you don't need to say it again. You already got your answer, right? Okay, so Osei Nicholas. please unmute yourself and ask your question. Or say, Nicholas. Mr. Osei Nicholas. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, please, I want to know the MSc Accounting and Finance. When you check the semester, the academic year, the first semester, there is no electives and core. I don't know whether they have merged it together or not. So I want to know, because when the man was talking, he said that we should pass the core papers before we can graduate. But when I check the academic year timetable, like there is nothing like that. So I want to be clear on that. Thank you.
Mr. Nicholas, the man you are referring to is Professor Dakwose, the Vice Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. It is very important that you address people by the name instead of referring to them as the man. Some of you will come and sit in a lecture and later you have issues with the course and you say, oh, the woman who taught the course, the woman, it could be any woman. Nobody can help you with that. So please take notice of people's names.
Okay,
and
sorry.
Don't just say the man, please.
Sorry, the Vice Dean of Students.
Yeah, Professor say yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So accounting and finance, is the coordinator online? Professor William Kofi, is he online? Or is it the finance department rather? The coordinator for accounting and finance?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, so there's a question for you. Apparently you do not have electives and core subjects on your outline. Is that so? Or maybe Nicholas didn't get it well.
All right, Nicholas, are you coming in with professional or degree?
I'm coming with a professional.
All right, so with professional, you have one compulsory elective called bank management. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
That is for the first semester. For the first semester. For the second semester, you have 3 electives. You choose one.
Oh, okay.
For the second semester.
Okay. Sir, when you check the outline, I realize you have another, it's a degree only, professional only. So I wanted to be clear on that, because people doing financial reporting, like it means they won't do what we are doing, or.
You see, I don't know whether this platform is a platform to explain that. There was a session, 2 sessions I did previously on this to explain. And I don't know whether I will be allowed to explain this. But what it is that this program is designed on one hand for fast track qualification to become qualified accountant with ICA. And then also on another hand, to also provide skill for already chartered accountants, okay, who don't need ICA or ACCA. So there are certain courses that you may do to get you the exemptions for ICA, which somebody who has ICA already will not need. So for those people, we replace them with different subjects so that we give them the skills that they need. So if you, as you rightly said, if you are a professional accountant, you don't need financial reporting to get exemption from ICA because you are not going back to ICA. So we replace it with financial markets and institutions. You will not need management accounting for ICA. So we replace that with business economics. You don't need public sector accounting and finance for ICA. So we replace it with bank management. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So those who need a fast track qualification to become chartered accountants, they will do these courses and ICA will give them exemptions of those. Do you get it?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Then all other courses will be the same. But you have common courses. All other courses will be the same. All right. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you too.
You're welcome.
All right. Who else? Let me see. Is that Benjamin? Seth Majida. Seth Majida, please go ahead. Mr. Seth, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, he doesn't seem to. Let me see. Dennis Akoman. If you can hear me, unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Dennis. Oh, this technology. Or am I the only one who cannot hear? Dennis, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Right. So go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, good evening. Please, would there be any form of a face-to-face lecture or all will be online for the
For
6
now,
weeks?
yeah, for now, everything is
Yeah.
online. It's online. For now, yeah. Okay.
And secondly, mine with the timetable, that's the course outline that was given. Mine also, that's organizational leadership and governance. There's no differentiation between the core and then the elective. So I don't know if mine is also clustered together. Mine is also clustered together as one. So I can differentiate which one is the core and then which ones are electives. So if there could be any explanation on that. Thank you.
Professor James Abogre.
Yeah, the leadership and governance, we have core courses actually. We have elective, but we call them prescribed elective. It means you can't do without them. So an example is decision making and leadership, which you will get it at the second year. Maybe the second years are going to do it. But for the first years coming in, all the courses you'll be doing 7, which is far more than the maximum of normally 5 or 6 per all university semester. So you see that 7 courses that you'll be doing, which is far ahead of what the university actually gives. So we don't have other, spaces for people to go and be doing electives again. And your second semester will be your second year, and you do exactly the core courses again, which are just 5, plus then the decision making, and yeah, that is management and decision making, which is a prescribed elective. It means that you can't do without it also. It's compulsory for all of you, but that one, when you fail, I don't want to say it now. When you fail, maybe we can massage and let you pass by if we check your grade point and then it's up. But the core courses that are there, if you fail one, after that one, you cannot go anywhere. So that is the situation. So just do with all the courses and forget about what we call electives and other things. So all the courses are very important, and then I focus on the point. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mami Sewa. Is there Sewa? Sewa, did you raise your hand? Okay. Selassie, Fiamefle. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Selassie, kindly go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you, ma'am. Please, my question is pretty simple. The MSc Finance and Accounting. I wanted to find out if I've already written some ICA papers, do I have to take those courses again? If they are part of the schedule of courses that we are being given for the first semester.
Yeah, I know they have exemptions, but the coordinator is here and he will explain. Professor Kofi.
Yeah, Dr. Abo, we don't have the program she mentioned in the business school.
All right. Selassie, where did you get your program from?
Oh, I'm talking about MSc Accounting and Finance.
Okay, we have that one. We don't have finance and accounting. So we have the accounting and finance. So we have that one. Yeah. Yeah.
So are there exemptions? That's what she wants to know basically.
No, we don't give exemptions for those who are already qualified. That is why those who are already qualified have some university courses that will replace with the IC exempted courses for the full benefit of what. Yeah. So what we would have given to them as an exemptions are replaced with something else.
So what I was asking was not for a fully qualified person, but somebody who has maybe up to part 2 instead of maybe all of the full qualifications. Maybe that person has.
Okay, so you have part 2 of, let's say, ICAG. Is that your question?
Selassie has been muted, so she's probably.
I'm not getting her question. If you have part 2, why do you need exemption from MSc?
I think she didn't say which part. It seems she's written some. She's not finished. She has not chatted actually. But
yeah, actually, whichever way it is, there's no exemption. So. Right.
So I think that's that. There are no exemptions, Selassie. Sorry. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Anastasia, please go ahead. You are very far away. I can hardly hear you. You would have to check your microphone because we can't hear you. Sorry. Joseph's iPhone. Joseph using an iPhone. Your surname is iPhone. Please go ahead. Joseph.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, I wanted to find out. I learned the MSc. Yes, I learned the MSc Accounting and Finance. We will have some lectures which will be virtual. Just wanted to clarify because of work schedules. So I need clarification to that, please.
Unfortunately, your iPhone swallowed some parts of your question. I'm not sure if Professor Kofi heard the whole question.
No, I didn't. The line was breaking. So
yeah.
If you could repeat.
Okay. Professor.
Yes.
Please, I wanted to find out whether. Yes, please. I wanted to find out the lecture schedules, please, because I learned there will be part virtual. So I wanted to know so that we can plan with office schedules, please. Thank you.
No, the lectures are all virtual for 6 weeks.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay. Raphael Sintim, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. Raphael Sintim.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, I want to find out regarding the timetable. You know, some of us have to write to our HR informing them about the program. So we would need the timetable to be stamped. Is it possible to get that? That is the first question, please.
The timetable to be stamped.
Stamped, yes.
Did
Need...
you have an admission letter?
Yes, please.
And it was stamped?
It was signed. But officially,
signed.
most of the times, yeah, when you are writing to HR, they require that your timetable is stamped to look official. So I want to find out if that could
They value the timetable more than your admission letter. Anyway.
No, they are all part of it, please.
Oh, okay.
And
right.
And second question regarding the next academic. I would know we've not started yet, but most of the times leaves are planned earlier, like late in that particular year before the next year. So if the schedule will be given to us earlier before maybe November or August so that we can plan our leave for 2022. Because some of us had to face a lot of challenge for this academic year because previously it was run between June to August and rescheduling our leave was a problem. So if management can look into that, we'll be very happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sintim. I'm sure management is listening. The Dean, I don't know if Dean wants to say anything about giving you your schedules ahead of your next semester. Dean.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry that I joined this late as in another meeting. The schedule for next academic year is actually yet to be released by the university. Sandwich programs usually are placed in between the two academic semesters. So between semester 1 and semester 2 for regular students, we place a sandwich in between that. And currently, because of COVID and the difficulty of starting the academic year on time, we are just finishing up the first semester for graduate students for the 2020-2021 academic year. So we do not know exactly when the academic semester for next year would be. And for sandwich students, it means that it will be the next inter-semester break. So if we start the next academic semester in January, like we did this year, it means that you are going to be having your lectures around the same time next year. But permit me to promise that and get back to you as soon as the university's academic board or the university's management comes out with the schedule for the next academic year. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dean. Kofi Annan, His Excellency, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Mr. Kofi Annan. Mr. Kofi Annan. Okay. Hamza.
The woman, she's a doctor or doctor, patient, something.
It doesn't matter. She's patient. You can just go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Doc. Hello, good evening, Doc. Hello.
I've been muted. I have no
Hello,
control over the muting thing. So just go ahead if you can speak, please.
Okay. Good evening. Can you hear me?
You are loud and clear.
Okay. Please, I want to find out with regard to the courses. I saw MA, Organizational Leadership and Governance. I saw, I think about 8 courses or 7 courses. Are we to register for all or for some?
Well, okay, let me not even attempt giving an answer. Professor Abugre, because I was going to ask if they were not written according to semesters, because you are supposed to register for each semester, the courses under each semester. You don't need to register every course, except if it's under a particular semester. But let me
I know. I've seen it's under each semester.
So like first semester has 7 courses.
Yes, I want to know if we should register for all.
Okay, Professor Abugre.
Yeah, can you, what is it about? I think I lost my memory somewhere else. So
There are 7 courses listed under first semester for your program. Our students register all of them.
Okay. The other one, you know, it is a long essay. The long essay one, you register because it's a whole year term, because it's divided into the 2 semesters, because you started when we almost end the first semester. So that's the way it's put in the table form. So that is the essence. That is why you will see it as maybe yes.
So Professor Abugri, what should they register? Can you tell what courses they should register now and those that they should?
Yes, all the so the courses there, that is 601. Let me just give me a second so that I will just get you.
Professor Abugri, if you are here, I've projected what we have online. So these are the courses that are available.
Okay, so let me see them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see, conflict management and leadership. Yes, so we have 601, that's leadership and corporate governance. This is what we are going to take. Organizational behavior and management, corporate.
They are supposed to register all courses, Professor Abugri.
They are supposed to register
all courses. I think that's the question, right?
Yeah, they are registering all these courses plus they'll register all this. But there is one, this is an old thing that they have used, I think so. The seminar is not there because we do the seminar first semester.
Yes, it's here. So seminar is downstairs.
Seminar is there. Because it's down there. You see.
So seminar is long also there.
Okay, so you register them, but the seminar one, because we teach it, but we don't, it's not examinable. But let's take it that we count it in addition anyway. So that adds up to the other ones. And so you register all of them for this semester. And then the other ones, the even numbers one will be registered next semester when you are in second year.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Okay. All of them.
Okay, thank you so much. Very grateful.
All right.
Okay. Nantongma Abdul Wahid, yeah. Nantongma Abdul Wahid, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I'm still struggling to comprehend the timetable for MSc Accounting and Finance. You know, on it we have some courses are meant for all, others for degree only, and I need more explanation on that. Is it that those of us who are coming with the degree, we have to register with the inscription on the degree only, and then some all? Is it both coming with profession and then those coming with degree? So I need more explanation on the timetable. MSc Accounting and Finance.
I think Prof. Kofi explained this a couple of times, but maybe he wants to take it again. Prof. Kofi.
Hello. Thank you. The person who asked the question, which qualification are you coming in with?
Degree.
So you will be given a degree timetable. You will not be given 2 different timetables. Your timetable that you will be given is a degree timetable. So attend the lectures on your timetable.
But what I'm holding is both. It includes both degree and professional.
Yes. So if you are a degree holder, take the timetable that says degree. If you are a professional, take the timetable that says professional.
And there are courses that say all.
Exactly that. So if you are a degree person, register the courses that say all and register the courses that say degree. So in other words, you would have courses partitioned for professional only, degree only, and you have all. So if you are
okay.
if you are a professional, you can register courses that say a degree only. You can register all and the courses for you for professional. Is that clear,
Okay.
my brother?
Yes, Prof.
Great.
Some of us were still yet to access the registration. And even how to update our accounts, we are still facing challenges.
So I'm not sure whether, Dr. Abo, have you addressed the issue of registration already?
No, we haven't.
So registration actually starts when the academic semester starts. So what we are doing now is a process of orienting you to be able to go through your registration and get prepared. The academic semester starts when you are actually finished your orientation, and then registration can start. Number two, we are in the process, and many of you still haven't got your admission letters. I've seen comments to that effect. Yesterday, I explained that this is a very tall process of making sure that when students have paid their fees and sent us the evidence of payment, we would get you admitted. And once we get you admitted, we will now have to credit your account on the student portal. Then you can register. That is being done. So between now and when lectures start on Monday, a lot of these processes would have taken effect. Please note, the university is operating halfway. So all my staff actually come to work 2 days in a week. So a lot of the processes have been delayed because of this. But by the time that you are here on Monday evening to start your lectures, processes of registration, crediting of students' accounts, many of those would have been done. And then in that week, we will mop up. There are still students who are just getting their admission letters today because they applied late into the program. And then we processed their admissions as we went on. Some of you just paid your monies this week. So we are also going through that process of making sure that we accredit. Everybody in the end will be sorted out. So don't let your heart be troubled, because in this house, there are many mansions. Everybody in the end will be sorted out. So if you try to go online to register and it gives you some information and you are unable to register, if you like, just hold on for a few more days. If you are in a hurry, send us the complaint form that is being shown, the Google form, and indicate what your challenge is. And then the team that is working at the back end will make sure that they have dealt with the problems. The timetable, I've seen conversations about timetable. Timetables have been finished. Just this afternoon, we had a meeting to review the timetables to make sure that we are able to accommodate the entire schedule within 6 weeks. Don't forget, the last time we had sandwich, we did it within 9 weeks. This time we are doing it within 6 weeks. So we had to compress things. So there were clashes that the team is working on to make sure that we are able to resolve. So we will resolve the timetable problems. And those of you who want your timetable stamped, just make sure you pass through the program management office or come over to the school administrator secretariat or my secretariat, or go to your department and they will stamp your timetable for you so you can present it to your HR. Yesterday, people asked whether they need to come to school and stay here. There's accommodation on private hostels. So those of you who want private accommodation here, you can come and live here and enjoy campus life. Whatever you want to do here, you are permitted except smoking weed. Otherwise, everything else you can do. So you can feel the environment. We are not doing physical lectures as you've been told because we are still scared. And so can I proceed to pay my fees without offer of admission, and how? Please, if you have not been invited by the provisional admission letter, please don't pay your fees, because for some programs, some applicants don't qualify. So for example, there's a gentleman who has a very brilliant first degree, first class, has applied for accounting and finance, but he does not have an accounting background, and therefore he's not been admitted. So if you pay and the money lands in my account, you may not get it. It's a bottomless pit. So please don't pay until you get the letter saying that you've been invited to pay. Then you pay, and then you can get your letters. There are a lot of people working in the background, including your coordinators, and I salute you, all the coordinators and program management office people. It's a lot of virtual working, and it's very tough, but we will sort everybody out, and you'll be fine. Dr. Abo, there's a question on CLAM electives.
I've just typed a response to that.
Oh, great.
It's one elective course per semester. Even though you have more than one elective, you are supposed to pick just one.
Somebody's asked a question about these all sandwich programs are great pathways to PhD programs. Our sandwich programs are regular, standardized MSc, MA, MBA, if you are doing MBA for evening programs. So if you finish MSc accounting and finance here, you can take it to Harvard and do a PhD if you are interested. So don't be troubled. Yes. So let me leave it here. If there are other questions, we can continue.
Yeah, like Professor Bawele is repeating, do not be troubled. It looks like a lot of you are already getting anxious and asking for exams. You've not even started the program, so relax. Exams will take care of itself. Take your time, one day at a time, go through the process and be on the program first, and then we will talk about exams. So for now, don't add exams to your stress. Relax.
Let's answer them, Dr. Abo. Exam it will be determined by lecturers, because the university has given lecturers opportunity to determine whether they want to do virtual or in-class exam. The question is also whether the exam, where is the question on exam? Whether the exam will be weekend or weekdays. All of UGBS exams are on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Those who are in executive programs that are in the evenings, they do their exams in the evenings. So we are mindful of your time, so we take care of that. Do we have opportunity to select between long essays, dissertations, and special? No. All our programs are long essay programs. We don't do special topics. And those who are mindful of asking when you come into the program so minded about exam, usually you don't do well. Allow yourself to soak in the learning first. Some of your colleagues, Dr. Abo, there are people who say CLAM, they are still waiting for admissions for CLAM. Please, if you have some answer for them.
Dean, I think you already mentioned that the processes are still going on. The list, the recommended list has been submitted. Recommendations have been done. I think the issuing office is still just working on it. I'm sure they should be receiving it any moment. We are working on it, please. Okay.
So there's a question by Jackson. Dr. Abo, let me see. It says, I have two comments. One, the serial number on my provisional admission letter was wrong and it is being corrected. I'm afraid it is taking too long. Would this be resolved in time for you to register? Yes, it definitely will be corrected. This afternoon, we had a conversation around this issue, so it will be corrected. Please stay in touch with if you are on CLAM, otherwise stay in touch with your coordinator and the office, they will solve. The second question, I have already withdrawn the tuition fee in Ghana cedis. Question, is it possible to pay okay, so you are an international student. I'll need to get the accounts people to confirm this. I'm sure it's possible to pay, but they would probably give you the rate at which you should pay. I think it's possible. Mr. Innocent is not here, but we'll need to get confirmation from the accounts people. So be in touch with your program coordinator, let them find out from the accounts for a confirmation. Dr. Abo, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dean. Bella, you can go ahead and ask your question. I think I'll take the next 3 questions and then any other concerns you have, I'm sure some phone numbers have been shared. You can call those numbers and all other concerns will be addressed, please. So Bella, unmute yourself. I'm taking just the next 3 questions. Bella, are you there? Okay. Ebenezer Banahene. If you can hear me, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. With respect to CLAM, I'd like to know. There you could see elective. Select one. Has it got to do with first semester or second semester? And then also, do we have to register all the courses underlined for first semester? Okay, these are my questions.
Yes, sir. All the questions you asked, yes, you register for all the questions listed for first semester, and then you register one elective. You register one elective, and the electives are listed per semester. So the electives for first semester are different from the electives for second semester. So there's no confusion there at all. You just pick one elective. When you go online to register, you see some electives that have been listed there, you pick one, and then you add it to all the core courses, and you register for all of them. Are
okay,
you okay?
with the outline you sent online, the email, I only saw the electives under the second semester. That is why I'm
okay.
asking.
They're supposed to be for first semester, and there are electives for second semester as well.
Okay.
Just to help you and for all of you, the University of Ghana lists courses by numbers. CLAM 03601, all the odd numbers. So 601, 603, 605, 60, all the odd numbers are first semester courses. So take note.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Joshua, it's your hand up. Kindly unmute yourself, Joshua.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks very much. The issue about the fees, on the provisional admission letter, the fee was 8,410 Ghana cedis. But on the official admission letter, it is 8,961, a difference of 551 Ghana cedis. I don't know where that difference is coming from, if there can be any explanation to that. And then the second one, besides these fees, are there any other fees that we are supposed to pay? Because somewhere along the presentation today, I saw some 2,500, but my network was very unstable, so I didn't get what it was actually about. So I just want to know if we have any fees to pay again besides these ones, and then the difference between the provisional admission letters fee and then the official admission letters fee. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sure Dean
Yes.
would want to.
So the difference you see, it's an error, and it's not an error that is not known. The university had adjusted fees at the beginning of this academic year, but because of COVID, the adjustment was withdrawn. The ITP, the finance people had gone ahead to adjust the system already. So you will see that what you got on your admission letter is actually the adjusted fee, but that fee had been withdrawn. And I think that the system hasn't been reset to the previous fee. So the fee you paid, which is 84.10, is the fee you have to pay. So you don't have to pay what is on your admission letter, and it will be corrected. There is no other fee to pay except when you get a referred paper and you have to rewrite, or you need to extend your studentship. But otherwise, what you have paid is what you go through. You don't pay any additional fees. Thank you.
Okay, so in other words, try not to fail any paper and try to finish your course within the stipulated time, and you will have no extra fees to pay, basically.
And
okay.
Dr. Abo, let me quickly pick up a few questions that I consider very burning on this platform. Yes, lectures start on the 26th. You don't know which group you belong to. The program was should ideally not have clashes or something. with working hours, but Friday lectures start at 2. Is there an assurance of a recorded session? This will be dealt with. Typically, as I said, we are trying to fit a 9 weeks lecture into 6 weeks. So there's a lot of engineering going on to make sure that we don't shortchange students by giving you just a small part of the program rather than the entire part of the program. So the timetables are still being fixed out. And if it is realized that any particular program, we will rather go a lot more on Sunday than start very early on Friday. That's a very tough one, but I should be assured that this will be looked at. Somebody asked a question about whether they can do ACCA with the finance and accounting and finance program. If you finish accounting and finance program, you actually get exemptions to the final part where you write only 4 papers to be charted. So that's a lot of leverage for you. So take note of that. Can I attend lectures if my offer of admission is not received by? Yes, if you have received the provisional admission letter and you haven't received your official admission letter by the 26th, please join your lectures, especially if you have paid your money. Join your lectures and that will be sorted out. Zoom links will be shared ahead of lectures, and every student will know which Zoom link we are using for every lecture at all points, and the course reps, once you select them, will be able to do that. With specific reference to the sandwich courses, the engagement period is up to 8 weeks. So between June to next semester, will the university organize, provide any additional non-credit related but essential courses for students, such as soft skills training, public speaking? Yes, we have what we call the executive development, except that you pay some fee to attend those ones. In between, you can stay in touch with your department. And so, but executive programs will usually come with a little fee. So they are available for you to enroll based on your interest. So those are the major questions that I have seen. You would, once you get to class, you will get all of your confusion addressed. So the international tours, Professor Dr. Bekan Nkrumah is not here. Every year we take between up to 70 students for a 2-week tour in the United States of America. The fee for that is not part of your fee. Last year, I think it was between 7,000 and 8,000 or something. Check the website of the University of Ghana Business School. The information is available. Because of COVID, this year we didn't make the trip. Last year, we went. Last year, Patabo, you were part of the team that took the students to the US. And I guess that you had a lot of fun. So get prepared, get prepared if you are interested in that trip, save money for it, and you get to attend. I always insist that note that our trip is not for you to smuggle yourself out of Ghana. Whoever we take out, we bring in, because otherwise the US Embassy won't give us visas. So please, whoever we take out, we bring in. If you don't intend to come back, sorry, you cannot be part of the team to go. If you haven't received your admission letter yet, please don't. If you have paid your fees, have not received my offer of admission, have not paid my fees, can I attend lectures? No. Samuel, for all you know, you don't qualify for the program.
Exactly.
So follow up with the department or the program you have entered, you have applied for. The coordinators were all here so that they can check why you haven't been admitted. As I said, I've signed a few of those letters this week. So you should be getting it if you qualify. If you don't qualify, sorry. If you enter, we will remove you. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Dr. Abo, I thought you wanted to end it here.
I was just going to take the last person, Alan. Alan's hand has been up for like ages. So
Okay.
I just thought he should ask the last question and then we'll end it here. The rest of the questions, I think we'll take when they call, when they send emails. We are very responsive. We will respond to all of them. Yeah. So Alan, please unmute yourself and you have the final say for today. Alan, you see, this is how Christ will come. You are not ready. Okay. All right. Alan is not ready. Safua.
Dr. Abo.
Yes, please.
There's somebody who has been admitted for MSc nursing and wants to switch to CLAM. Please address it. Fred Bejra has been on my case since yesterday. So please.
MSc nursing.
Yes. And he says, no, he doesn't want to do nursing. He wants to come and do CLAM. So
I think the change will have to happen online. He will have to probably go back, get to the graduate school.
Yes.
And change the application, because we need to have the person applying for CLAM to be able to recommend for CLAM.
Yeah, so what we may have to do is that if they can get in touch with you, you talk to Loretta at the graduate school, and let's see if it's something that they would be willing to do. If we are unable to, you pass her on to Auntie Mary.
Okay.
Pass the person to Auntie Mary. So please get in touch with Dr. Abo.
What's the person's name, please?
It is Fred who is been on the case, Fred Bejra. Fred.
Okay.
The person's name is Sheila JC. Send your email, send your telephone number so that Dr. Abo would give it to our secretary, the department secretary, to get in touch with you so they can sort it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Doc.
Okay.
Hello, Doc. This is
right.
Alan.
Alan, you are back now?
Yes, I was facing some challenges.
Yeah.
Now, my question is this. All these we have been discussing, is it possible to record it and send it for people? Because I'm listening from Yendi, and the line, the connectivity has been very, very bad. And so is it possible to have access to all the discussions that have gone on since yesterday, so that those of us who faced connectivity challenges could assess what went on, what transpired, and follow
Alan,
through?
we told you that let not your heart be troubled. This is being shown live on YouTube.
It's so on the videos are
go
there.
to GBS YouTube page, and then all of the things that we are doing are there. You can listen to many times.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Right. Okay. So I think we have, since Alan Cash has spoken, we will end it here and we'll continue the discussion and answering of questions later on. You have the contacts for all the coordinators. Please contact your coordinator or the admin staff assigned to the courses, the various programs, and you have all your concerns addressed.
Okay, Samuel, I'm sorry, Samuel, you may not have a problem. You applied for financial risk management, but you haven't got admission letter yet. I will talk to Dr. Lord Mensah about you, Samuel. So I'll talk to, put your telephone number there as well so that I'll pick it up and give it to Dr. Lord Mensah so that they can address your issue, Samuel Kwanzaa. But if I may just, Dr. Abo, just a few general comments, because I wasn't here at the beginning to welcome the students. Let me say a big welcome to all of you, to UGBS. Whether you like it or not, UGBS is the creme de la creme of management education within the West African sub-region. So like I always say, if you went to one of the roadside or the seaside or the forest universities, the village universities, and you are here now, please take advantage of this opportunity to make sure that you garnish your certificate and go out from here very exciting. The reality is that even though we are a university that is compares across the world, what you get from here depends on how much commitment you put to it. So for example, if you come into this program and you will not attend lectures, or you come to lectures late, or you will not subject yourself to exercises that we ask you to do, We do cases you won't do. We do lectures you won't do. You would definitely leave here the same as you came, all right? But if you come in and you subject yourself to what we do here, engage with your colleagues and your faculty or your lecturers, you will leave here being an excellent student. So I urge you to take advantage of this opportunity. You are paying so much money, and I know how painful it is to pay this money. So do not come here just because you want a certificate. Indeed, if you want a more beautiful certificate, you would get one in Mokola than in Legon, because they can design a very flashy one for you. But if you are here, then it means that you are looking for something much more than a certificate, which is the knowledge that we will together be co-creating here. So please do not come in and look for easy ways. Do not come here and fight with lecturers when they give you exercises. Do not come here and want, and as we all know now, want to contract your assignment and work out for somebody else to do for you, which is so sad. Please come in here and subject yourself to going through the program to make sure that in the end, you are able to do what we want you to do, which is that you go out as an excellent, excellent student, which we will be proud about. That's what I will say. Your lecturers are excellent. I have the best lecturers in the whole of the West African region. We compare across. UGBS is a member of 32 prestigious business schools in the world, spread across 30 countries everywhere. So this association is known as GNAM, Global Network of Advanced Management. And University of Ghana Business School, Lagos Business School, UCT in South Africa, and Strathmore are the only 4 universities in Africa that belong to this network. So you have opportunity to take elective courses in all of these 32 universities spread across 30 countries, and to engage with their students. So when you come here, there will be a lot of pressure on you to do well. That pressure is not pressure that we take lightly, but it is because we have desire to make sure that you live here as one of the best. We want you to subject yourself to what you go through here. It is painful to learn, and definitely I know you know that. There are no easy and shortcuts to getting a wonderful degree that will change your discourse. But I give you a challenge. If by the end of the first semester, if you have subjected yourself to all of what I talk about, and you don't feel that you are better than when you came in, show up and ask us for a refund, and we will refund your money to you. But we know that when you subject yourself to these, you will come out top notch, and you will go out there and make impact. I always say, you are in school, make sure that every day you learn something new. In the workplace, rub it in the eyes of people. Let people know that you have come to University of Ghana Business School. Use terminology that will let people ask, where did you get this one from? And then you tell them, oh, I got this from Legon. If you like, you to go there and get some. Let people know that you have value now than you came in, and let us together build a better Ghana. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. And I insist on that. Don't cheat. Otherwise, you have a certificate that has no value. I want you to be able to leave business school, and when you go out, you'll be proud to employ, and when you become an employer, you'll be proud to employ graduates from business school, because you yourself know what it is you have gone through. Challenge my lecturers for me. They are top notch. If you decide to be very easygoing, they may get easygoing with you, but challenge them. Let them feel that you are here to find knowledge, and they will rise up to the challenge and show that they wet the salt that we ascribe to them. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say that as a school, we know that we have to provide you with the best. However, sometimes we do not, or we are unable to live up to the expectations, your expectations. When we do not, please give us feedback, give us complaint. Make sure that you read your notices. Make sure that you are in touch with other colleagues. Make sure that your coordinators get your complaints, your secretariats get your complaints. And if everything else doesn't work within this scheme, get back to me as dean, and I will be here to listen to you and to make sure that your problems are resolved. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you my pledge. to say that we will respond to every challenge that you have. For those of you, as I said, do not let your heart be troubled, because in my father's house, there are many mansions. In here in the University of Ghana Business School, I have many mansions in terms of quality of staff, in terms of an excellent supporting staff and everything. And because I say, let not your heart be troubled, it is exactly that. Let not your heart be troubled. We will fix every problem. Thank you very much, and I wish you a blessed evening. I want to salute my team for the excellent work. They are here to support you, and I am happy that they provided you an excellent evening. Go on to YouTube if your network had a problem and watch over and over again. Don't stay with your challenges alone. Tell us, share with us, and my team will support you to get it. Mr. Kwanzaa, I have your numbers now. I get a few people who are commenting here, no admission letter, etc., and all of that. We will resolve all of those once you are qualified. Seth, which program are you on? Seth Kunta.
MSc. Sorry.
Okay, right. Dr. Abo, over to you to close the session. The IT guys, don't close the session. Don't put this off yet. I'm trying to get the numbers that that people have put here for me to pass on. We appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. Baron, I have seen that you are here. You are finished school, you won't rest more. You are coming already to get another degree. But Dr. Abo, over to you.
No, I think, Dean, you've closed us already. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We will continue the conversation even outside of Zoom. So I wish you all the best, and I wish you a smooth process in your registration. See those of you who are doing CLAM, see you later in class. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
Let me just say, for those of you who still haven't got your admission letter, some of you, please check your admission portal. That's where you can print your admission letter from.
We're just going.
Emanuela, which program are you on? Emanuela, which program are you on? Okay, international business. Okay. So all those who have put comments here, we are going to get back to you, especially those who added your telephone numbers. I'll ask the team to get back to you and to resolve your issues for you. But you can also use the platform that was set for you. Dr. Abo, if you are still here, said Kunta is struggling for his admission letter. So let's try and help him out. Email activation, once you submit a claim, you don't have a problem. Samson Opoku Atuahini, you are, if you have overpaid fees, we will credit to your next semester. Otherwise, if you send us a letter for a refund, you will get it. Samson Atuahini, you have said something that I don't understand. You said you put our account number there, and then what is the issue? You haven't said anything. You just put our account number there. So Samson Opoku, clarify what it is that you want us to do. If it's because you want to go and pay your fee, go to any branch of Ghana Commercial Bank, and then you you paid into this account, but you don't have your admission letter. Okay, so that will be sorted out. Thank you. Thank you. Bright AC, your admission portal is where you applied. So when you bought the form, you were given a serial number and a PIN. So you go to the university's website, how you applied, go back into that platform using the details you used to do the application. And then if you go there and your admission letter is ready, there will be a blue link that says print admission letter. You click on it, it will open your admission letter for you. So that's how you access your admission letter. We don't send the official admission letter by email. You have to go into that system to print it out. So if you have gotten an email that says you have been admitted, usually you should get an email, a text message like that on the number that you indicated. Then you will be able to. Email activation, complete the form, the information request form that is on the UGBS website, and provide all of the things. They will get back to you on that. Set, yes, I've addressed your issue. We would get back to you, but just so you can confirm, go into your application portal, your admission portal, and check if there's no blue line saying print your admission letter. That's where you get your admission letter. You will not get it by email or by text. You will go into the system, and if it's there, usually you should receive a text saying your admission letter is ready or you have been admitted. And then you go into the system with your UG serial number and PIN, and then you can get it. If you haven't received that text message, then it means that you're probably not. And if you go there, there won't be anything. But use your serial number, this number you put here, and the PIN, the long number, I think 11 or so digits. You go in there, log back into the system, and if your admission is ready, you will see that there's a link that says admission letter, and then you can print it out. If you do not have that, then it means that your admission has been processed. And like I said, many of those are still getting processed, and you should get that indication soon. Yeah. Faustina, if you have paid your fees already, you not necessarily do not need to send us an admission letter. If you have paid your fees, you do not necessarily need to send us an admission letter. Sorry, an acceptance letter. If you have paid your fees already. Yeah, so that's it. But if otherwise, if you send a letter to the School of Graduate Studies. The tea, those who want to drink tea and coffee in my office, okay. You can always come, always come. I have my jug here. I'm drinking my tea already here. So as for tea, if you come, you will get. I have a big jug. I love tea, so please come over and let's drink tea together. Your application issue, Ralph. Yes, those who want to take tea, you can always come. except that my tea, I don't add biscuit. So when you come, bring your biscuit to come and take. Those of you who are CLAM students, we will meet in class. I teach on CLAM, so we will meet in class. Somebody wants to bring meat pie to come and take tea. Hey, Yehovah. If you get dumb, you add free power, so it's freedom. And if you know you come over, that's for tea, no problem at all. With CLAM, what courses are available for PhD? You can do anything you want to do, especially if it is in the management and the arts area. So that's set. We can do anything depending on what your interest is. To upgrade from MA, MSc, once you finish our program, you have the requirement to apply into every PhD program that requires the kind of discipline that you are coming from. So you do not have to worry at all. Many of our students have gone ahead to do PhD and have been back. So take note. Ralph, what's the problem? You said you have sent an email to Mr. Kuti. I don't know exactly what the problem is. I'm not able to track some of your comments. So I don't know what the problem is. So please, let's clarify. Good evening, Prof. Students are asked to submit the proof of registration to an office at the university. Please, can students email the proof of registration to the university due to the distance involved? Yes, Isa, I think that get in touch with your program management office, the Mr. Abna and or Jeff T should be able to help you with this problem. I don't think that you need to come all the way because you are coming to submit proof of registration. What I ask you to do though is that once you have finished registering, print out a proof of the registration and keep a copy for yourself, and make sure that from time to time you go into that system to be sure that the courses you think you registered are actually registered. Still take note of it. International business is different from CLAM. So they ask for Infinix. The elective courses are specific to programs. So take note of your program and ask the particular coordinator for the electives you need to take. Ralph, again, so you say you can't access your admission letter, but does it show if you haven't been admitted yet? You can't find it. So wait until you are admitted. If you are admitted, then the letter will be there. If you haven't been admitted, then if you go there won't be a letter. So maybe what you should do is where you emailed your receipt, kindly or the provisional admission letter we gave you. There's a telephone number on it. Please call that number if you have any challenge. But if you haven't been admitted yet, as I said, some more admissions are getting processed. So between now and Friday, I think this should be resolved. Definitely, Randy. I don't know which program you are on, but wait until your first lecture, and you will see the extent of engagement for this virtual learning. When we did the last time, which we did a survey and evaluation, and for all indicators, we scored over 80% according to the students. So you will not lose out on engagement, Randy. So let not your heart be troubled. Please, long essay option for, yes, you have to have this long essay. All of our programs are long essay. So everybody who is here will write long essay. Yes, student ID numbers are issued on your admission letter, Frida. So when you get your admission letter, there will be your student ID number is on it. So that will be your you say ID cards because you had said ID cards. Yes, ID cards will be issued, but because we are doing this virtual and a lot of you are scattered, we will definitely find a good way to make sure that you get your ID cards. But in the interim, your admission letter will serve as a good admission letter, ID card for you. But you will get an admission, an ID card in due course and soon. The Google form is on the UGBS website. So Ajwa, quickly go to the UGBS website, and then you would check. So let me show you if you are still on, Ajwa. So I show you where you can get the UGBS. So if you go to the UGBS homepage, so check, if you go down, it says IT support form. So I can copy that for you here so that you can, so IT support form, Ajwa Chirewa, you ask for this. So let me put this here for you. But for all of you to, if you need to access the form, this one. But if you go to the UGBS webpage, the homepage, you will get it there. It's called the IT support form. So you complete it, and then they would help you. Any PhD program for CLAM? Not yet. A PhD program for CLAM, not yet. But you can enter any PhD program that is not medicine based with your CLAM. And for those of you who are medical doctors, if you want to do PhD in your particular area, you definitely should be able to use this to enter. For most PhD programs, for example, the University of Ghana PhD program, even with a first degree, you can enter. Yes. The list of courses on our outline is different from the site for registration. I'm not sure about this. Galaxy S8. I'm not sure about this. Let me get the coordinator to address that. I'll get a coordinator to address that quickly. So IB students, different courses. Yeah, so I would address that. Yes. So there is each program has an IT person supporting. We have assigned one IT person per program. So yeah, PhD in health policy, and yes, you can do that with, you can do CLAM, you can use CLAM for that program. Health policy and management is in the same department. So with CLAM, you should be able to do health policy and management. So Bella, we have an IT program each. Let me give you the IT, the head of IT, one of the senior officers in the IT department, so that you can call them. They will help you to resolve your problems. So okay, Gabby, I'm going to put Gabby's name here, Gabby's number here. So this is Gabby. So Gabby is one of the IT staff. 6685785. So yeah, here we go, Bella. Those of you who are on the IT numbers, you contact I cannot easily recollect who the one for IB is, but you contact this gentleman. He would help you to get the name of the person, or else he himself would address your problem for you. MSc Accounting and Finance, do we have elective for this semester? To be honest, I need to check. So MSc programs, Accounting and Finance. Oh. So we have accounting and finance. I see here, okay. Get in touch with the department because this is quite complicated for me to understand. So get in touch with the department. The telephone number on your provisional admission letter should help to get you some clarity. Otherwise, I may miseducate you. I'm not too competent in answering that specific question. Oh, mommy, what have I done? Okay, now I'm going to search for wherever mommy is and answer the question. Mommy, I can't see any question from you. Please, how do I register for courses? So if you have been admitted already, go to the UGBS webpage. UGBS webpage. So if you can see UGBS homepage, and then you would, if you go to the top here, you see the top corner there. It says MIS Web. Okay, so it says MIS Web. When you click on MIS Web, it takes you to a platform where you can actually register. So that's where you can start your registration. Start your registration from the MIS Web from the UGBS website. I'm not sure why it's not opening. Let me check again. But if you go to the, okay, it's rather slow. I think the internet is not as quick as I want it. So if you go there, you go to MIS Web. I don't know whether the registration link is down. It's slower than I anticipate. I don't know what the problem is. So, Mami, when you go to the University of Ghana Business School website or the main UG website, you look for MIS Web. And then once you see that, click on it. And then it would ask you to put your index number and PIN. And then when you enter, you will then be able to see the courses that you are supposed to register. And then you select them based on the guidance the department has given you. Mami, you had only one question though, and you went ahead accusing me already. Because I'm searching for other questions and I can't see any one of them. I just saw one question. Okay, another question, please. Should I come to the school to get help with the registration and email setup? Yes, if you want to come around, that's fine, but you can fill the form, the one that I indicated, and then they may help you, or call the IT number that I just put there, and they will assist you remotely. But if you feel like coming to campus to come and walk around small and get in touch with people and all of that, that's fine. You can. Especially if you didn't go to Legon, but you just want to feel the environment small, you are welcome. Okay, you come and feel the environment. So, Mami AA, come and feel the Legon environment. That one we don't charge; it's free. Yes, thank you. Mami, that one is keke. We don't charge. If you come Legon, the hill, you just climb. If you come, you can come to the dean's office and take tea. That's fine. Has online registration begun? I need to find out from the IT people whether it has. I don't have that information. Where I sit, I'm running around in meetings, so I haven't been able to check whether registration has begun. But I know that at least by weekend it should start. Yeah. Please, do we have any handbook that gives an overview or description of the individual courses for, say, IB? Yes, there is a handbook that contains all our programs. Get in touch with your program coordinator, and then otherwise you go to the University of Ghana, the graduate school website, and all graduate programs have their descriptions there. But contact your coordinator; he should be able to help. Oh, you chose 7 courses and they say your courses are less than the minimum required, or is it maximum? Minimum. So what you can do is that one of the things we tell you, don't add any course that you're not supposed to do. But once you have registered, you can always go back before the closing the deadline and add on. And add on. Dixon says the sandwich programs are not in the, okay, so I will check this information, Dixon, and then I'll make sure that you have the course. Each program has a description. You have seen the summaries on our web page. I'll find out from the coordinators where that information can be, and then we would provide that to you. So whilst you are here, you will get it. Is there any special internet bundle arrangement by the university and an internet service provider that we can purchase? Whew, Bibi, that's a difficult question. We had the arrangement with Vodafone, but I think that arrangement has been aborted. But what I think you should do is talk to any of the service providers, and they will give you some of the best bundles they have, so that you can subscribe to one of them. How do I get the online page for assignment? Oh, Razak, take time. That is in Sakai. Sakai will give you all of the things that you need to be able to submit assignment and all of that. So, yes, Kunta, you can become a lecturer. Your eyes are red for PhD. Power. Finish this one first. You can become a lecturer. Once you have PhD in health policy and management, if you want my seat, I'll give it to you. You can become a lecturer here in the business school, right? That's great. How do we get in touch with our course coordinator? I thought they had shared information on all the coordinators during these sessions. If they didn't, call the letter, the telephone number on the provisional admission letter that I signed for you. There's a telephone number there. Call it. That's the telephone number for the secretariat. And then you mention your program and then ask for the coordinator's number. They will give it to you. Yes, Nanette, we would be able to stamp your timetable for you. Take it to your department or to the coordinator's office, or at worst you bring it to the director's office. They will stamp it for you. So you get a timetable once you are sure that's the final timetable, and then you select and you come there and they will stamp it for you. Hamza, please, after the MA, can I apply to do MPhil? Yes, but what do you need MPhil for? After MA, you can go straight to PhD if you want. Why do you want to go back to MPhil? But if you so wish, why not? You can. Yeah. Would UGBS consider a virtual option for the second semester just to help us plan ahead? It is very far away now, Nana. As I say, at the beginning of every semester, the university makes a decision about the mode. As a business school, we are looking to see if it's possible to run both. So for those who want to come to campus physical, we are planning. That decision is not arrived at yet. We are planning to see if we can have a virtual stream and then a physical stream. Because some people there, if you don't put them in the class and feed them the lecture, they haven't come to school. So those people, we would probably provide an avenue. And those of you who want to, are jumping into, that's fine with you too. Most of us have signed up because it's online. Yes. Lovson, we are mindful of that. And as I said, the university takes decisions for us from time to time. Even if it will be online exams, we do it over the weekend. So we will be able to get permission to do that. But again, don't let your heart be troubled. At the end of the day, there will be a solution. Yeah, yeah. I think if you can have both, some prefer virtual. Yes. So the virtual is definitely on the table for consideration. All options are on the table, so you'll be fine. I know that a lot of you came in because it's virtual, and we will make sure that as much as we can, we will keep our promises to make sure you're able to do that. Yeah, so those who want to feel the environment, still you are welcome. Come and feel the environment. The UBS advantage is the environment is part of it. In fact, some actually come and marry. One of my classes, the class captain, before the end of first year, he has caught somebody and married her. So those of you who are here to come and look for husbands and wives, the virtual is not a barrier. Make sure you persevere, and as you are praying, you are also watching. So during the sessions, if you are here to grab a certificate and a wife or husband, all options are still on the table. Don't lose guard. So do wild, you will survive. Yes, Hamza, if you want to come to campus, if you are in Accra, you want to show up on campus, that's fine. Otherwise, I put a number there. Please call that number and ask for help for registration. Let me see if I can find it so that I can put it again. So Gabby's number is there for you. Pick it up. Yeah, I think I have it here. So Gabby is one of the IT guys. So make sure that you call Gabby, and then they can assist you with registration. But if you need to come, don't hesitate. Randy, you said what? You didn't get the chance to get an introduction. Randy, I don't understand. From what's your portfolio? Oh, what's my portfolio? My name is Professor Justice Baule. I'm the Dean of the University of Ghana Business School. So I am the, as far as the business is concerned, I'm the Oga Kota Kota Kota. So, but I feel I love my students. I feel that it's the best experience to be in touch with you, to make sure that you feel at home whilst you are here, and to be able to respond to your challenges and problems. And so that's me. I don't believe in the very distant relationship between students and professors, and between students and their lecturers, and between superiors and their subordinates. I believe in creating an environment where everybody is empowered and where people can ask questions, where people can challenge when they feel like challenging, and all of that. So I'm here. You type your questions, I'll answer it for you. Thank you. Please, will classes be held on holidays due to? Yes, absolutely, unless they are religious holidays. If it's a religious holiday, for example, our brothers, Muslims, have started fasting. So when there is a holiday for Muslims, we usually would observe it. If it's a Christian holiday, we would observe it. But if it is a national holiday, where we think that we will have time to waste, we will come for lectures because of the condensed nature of the session. Yeah, yeah. Yes, thank you, Lobson. You will catch up. Yes, Ruth, your lectures will start on the 26th. And whether or not if you have paid your fees, don't stay away from lectures. You should join from day one. You should join. Who is that? Oh, there you can go. All right. Thank you. Did he come? I didn't think he came. Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry to keep you waiting. Okay, so I think that all of you here, or most of you here who have questions, have asked them. So I can now comfortably close or leave the meeting. Raphael says, please, Prof, try and schedule all the weekday time after 5 p.m. Some of us will not be allowed by our HR since it's working hours. Yes, Raphael, we appreciate that challenge. And as much as we can, we will try and make sure lectures start at 5 o'clock. When we have to be able to, if we have to bridge this, it probably will be just once a while, so that we don't create so much trouble for you. Like I said, I also do not want to encourage that we skip or we shortchange you because we have a tight schedule, so that we teach you halfway what we would have taught you. So we will try and we will balance the act between getting you to get everything and making sure that you are still a good employee. We'll do that. Yes, Galassi, you talked about the differences in the courses on your course outline. I'm not sure whether you have gotten the outline yet. What do you have there and the site for registration? Let me call Professor Mahmoud to ask what this challenge is about. Sorry, I'll call Professor Mahmoud so be on the line. I'll try and get a response for you now. Raphael, exams can differ. As I said, we have given lecturers opportunity to decide whether they want to make their exam physical or virtual. I have always given virtual exams when we went on, but some of our colleagues prefer, because some of you, and I'm sorry to say this, some of you cheat. You take the exam and go and give to people to write for you. So some colleagues are not really excited about giving online.
The number you called has not answered. Please call back later.
Will we have separate orientation for the various courses? Maybe Joa, this is a very good possibility. I would ask my coordinators to try and organize those ones, maybe towards the weekend, so that we can get you to address your problems at that level. So this is one of my notes to take. Thank you very much for the free advice. I think this is very useful. I will take it to my coordinators. Unfortunately, IB, I didn't get feedback from from Mahmoud. He's not picked, and I can suspect that he probably will be in the mosque now. They are fasting, so at this time usually they are praying long prayer for the evening. So he'll call me back, but it will be late to get you the response. But kindly call the number on your provisional admission letter and get additional information from there. Oh, Professor Hinson is here. Professor, great to have you. Great to have you. Prof. Hinson is the head of department for marketing and entrepreneurship. And Prof. Hinson just said that if there are any discrepancies, he would sort that out ASAP this evening. So he's had a complaint and he will deal with it. He says, I should tell you to come and meet him. Prof. Hinson is, if you meet him, you will love him from day one. So the IB platform, you know there's a WhatsApp platform for IB. So IB students, please be on that platform. Post all the questions there. Prof. Hinson is here. He's excited to be here. He will help you to resolve the problems. So he says he's been meeting you guys for the past 7 days. So he got your back. Everything will be sorted. So those of you who haven't had a taste of him yet, please make sure you catch him up, and then we can get going. You are not on the platform. IB platform. Okay, please. Those of you who are not on the IB platform, just put your name and indicate IB platform in the chat room. We would forward it to the program manager to make sure you are enlisted on the platform. Yeah. Okay. So again, so that's a very important point. Salifu just Mukhtar. The difficulty was that it was getting difficult, and now we get a lot of people hacking into group platforms. So I would advise the coordinators to open it up so that you can take. What you can do though is that on the platform, look for who is an admin and send them a private message if you have a concern, and I'm sure they will post it back on the platform. So look for the admin on the group platform, send them a private message about what your concerns are, because they are the ones controlling there, and then they can address your concerns. So please, let's do that for the IB platform, those who are on it already and cannot post anything. But I'm sure as we get close, they would open it up for people to be able to. Prof. Hinson, I guess you are muted because they muted, the people who said the meeting muted everybody. So I cannot unmute you. I know you would love to speak, but I cannot unmute you because the people controlling the thing didn't give me the privileges to unmute. I had to ask to be unmuted to IB platform. Okay. Pamela, we would sort you out. Don't worry at all. Yes. So this is great. Prof. Hinson, our students are asking for separate orientations for each program group. So we would ask coordinators to do that, perhaps starting from Thursday or over the weekend, so that students can have their concerns addressed properly. Okay, so IB, Professor Hinson says tomorrow evening there's an orientation for you. So, and they will talk about everything, including the electives and all of that. So please, I would pass on the information here to the platform coordinator for the admin for IB so they can enroll all of you. Yes, Ebenezer, we would do that. I would speak to the coordinator for CLAM as well. Yes, so the professor is giving us a lot of information. They would try and give you options. If you, depending on what career you have in mind, they would direct you on which electives you should select. So take note of that, and we will try and get you, those of you who are not on that platform. But make time to attend if you are here to ask all your questions there, so that we would be able to address your concerns. Are you able to tell when the admission letter problem will be resolved, since lectures are starting on? So if you have paid your money, Mami, if you have paid your money and you haven't received your admission letter, as I said, that will be processed. But just in case that doesn't happen before lectures, don't stay out of the lectures. Join the lecture while we sort this out. But if you haven't been invited to pay your money, your fees, it may well be that you do not qualify for the program, or we cannot admit you. But if you have been invited, you have paid your money, you haven't got the admission letter, we will resolve it. To get it resolved quickly, check with the call the number on your provisional admission letter, and then they will help to resolve the problem quickly. So, Mami, that's what I would say. Maybe this should be offline, but let me ask. Randy, let's talk this on the, yeah.
Mr. Dean, I've been unmuted.
Great. So, Bro Hinson,
I've been set free.
Yes. Over to you. There are students here. Your IB students are here. They are so excited, they cannot wait.
Yes.
I
Yes,
am promising them everything. I know that you and your colleagues will deliver, so I can be bold to make good promises. But Randy, Randy, let's catch up. I will send you, Randy. I'll send you a private email, a private message with my telephone number. Get in touch with me. Let's solve this issue you've just mentioned in the private chat to me, so that we'll see how we go about this.
I've been interacting with the students for the last 7 days or so.
Okay.
I've set up individual platforms for HNT, MA Marketing Strategy, and IB. Okay. And we've been talking. So this discrepancy between what they are supposed to register was on the timetable. They should have flagged it on our platform, because I've given them Eddie's contact at secretary. I've given them Abna as program officer. I've given them Professor Mahmoud as coordinator. And I've put my own number and email there as last resort. So they have 4 different platforms for reaching us. So they shouldn't even worry you here. They should come home. At home, everything will be sorted out. But I want to say something more, that they are particularly welcome. They made the best choice in this life. I've been told as at 42 minutes ago, 152 of them have paid, which is a very remarkable number. I'm hoping they can get to 200 before we start. But I want to thank them for coming.
And promising, you know that I promise you 3 cohorts if you do that.
Oh, yes. So, I've delivered. So I have my 3 cohorts. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
So I've got them, and we'll take excellent care of them. So they shouldn't worry at all. Anything they want, they should get to me as last resort or get to my team members. And within 24 hours to get a response. Thank you, Mr. Dean.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming over and helping to resolve this. So the meeting is ended. This is just like interaction after the meeting. So if you like, this is time for snack, and people are picking and chatting in the room. So ladies and gentlemen, I need to finish up other things. So it's been great having you and sharing this time with you. Hopefully you would enjoy your experience here, and you will go out and be proud of your degree. So our program people who are still online, please, you've made me the host, so now I can end the meeting. So ladies and gentlemen, let me end the meeting now. I appreciate all of you, and we will catch up, those of you in CLAM. But my office is open. I operate an open door policy. If you come to campus or you think you have an issue that, like Prof. Hinson said, every level has failed you, I am here to respond. But I can guarantee that by the time you get to me, the problem will resolve. You just pass by the office if you just need to take tea. I can guarantee you tea, no sugar, no milk. I have sugar, I have milk, but I don't drink that. I drink only tea. If you come and you want tea and sugar and milk, maybe some biscuit to match, not like the other one in the election petition, you will definitely be fine. So thank you so much, and enjoy your evening. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. I think now I can unmute everybody. It looks like that. I think I can unmute all. Yes, so I've unmuted all. Now everybody can unmute themselves and talk across. So go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Allow all participants to unmute themselves. Yes, you can unmute yourself. Good. So,
thank you, Prof. We really appreciate. Have a good evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof. We are so grateful.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Prof. We appreciate
time.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.